Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Revoltech figure. It is from amazing Yamaguchi Spiderman. This is version 2.0. They released a version 2.1 I want to say a few years ago. But this one, I decided to get it because it looks much better. Because I have other Yamaguchi figures, amazing Yamaguchi figures, and they turned out quite well, and I'm okay with the joints, those exposed joints. Some people don't like them, so that's why. But here's the box, and on the back it shows a couple of pictures of the Spider-Man 2.0. The pictures just show him more metallic looking than he is in person. Like some of these images here, you can see he looks very well, somewhat more metallic than he really is. But let's get into it. Alright, so here's Spider-Man outside of packaging. Before we go into that, let's take a look at the accessories. So it comes with interchangeable eyes, and then spider webs, and there are two for his, well actually there are four for his armpit. And then he has a translucent base, and then a bunch of hands. I'm going to do Spider-Man poses. So let's take a look at the figure real quick. There he is. There's Spider-Man, and I don't think he's based on anything, not the comics or movies or anything like that, because I don't remember I don't remember any Spider-Man has a black spider with white trim lines to it. So yeah, this is very glossy. You can see the reflection, kind of glare off of Spider-Man. You can see here it's very glossy, and you could also see those shoulder joints, those ratcheting joints. No, I don't think they're ratcheting joints, they're just Revoltech joints. And then the elbows also got those joints there, and I believe the wrists are also like that, but everywhere else looks quite nice. And he is very muscular, of course, for Spider-Man. And yeah, so let's take a look at him from the back. And here's a look at him from the back side. So let's go for articulation. Alright, so as far as articulation, head is on a ball joint, and then the way they did the peg inside, you can see there's the neck, and then they open up the back a little bit, and on top of that, the barbell piece, it's at an angle. You can see they curved it. They actually made it into a more of a 45-degree angle, so which allows his head to move even more now. So see the socket joint right there. Let me pop it back on here, and you can see, look at how far up he can look. Looks straight up. That is really good. And then base of the neck, there is another ball joint right here. And then the shoulders, you can see there's butterfly joint. Butterfly system is a little different than other figures. This piece does get in the way. Just tuck that piece in when you're swinging his arm forward, I guess. So there's forward, and then back. So you get to get him to do quite a lot of dynamic poses for sure. And then the shoulders, the ball hinge joint right there is attached to the shoulder section. So it gives you quite a lot of range, I guess. Yeah, good range. And it is pegged in at an angle. I think it's more of a 45-degree angle, so it allows the arm to move even more here. So look at that. Wow, how many figures can actually do that to his arm? No human could do that, but figures, not so much. So this is quite amazing. No pun intended. And then is there a no, I don't think there's a bicep swivel. There isn't one. There's the ball joint that's attached to the shoulder does allow his arm to rotate. So that's why they didn't add that joint there. And then also at the elbow, even though it's a single joint, it can rotate left and right as well, and it can fold in way past 90 degrees there. And then there's a ball hinge wrist as well. And then as for the torso, I believe this is just a ball joint there, and then lower waist, also another ball joint. And you can see the ab crunch that he could do, quite a lot. There aren't too many figures out there on the market that could actually do that. And then I believe the legs are also on ball joints. They could give you past 90 degrees. No, it's just about 90 degrees. And thigh doesn't have that swivel. It does have a little swivel right there. It's slanted at an angle too. This one is slanted at an angle. It's like, yeah, like that. So yeah. And single joint knee, but it can give you way more. Look at that. It can fold all the way down. And then right here, they cut this joint right here by the boots, I guess. And then the ankle, it's on a ball hinge joint, I believe. Yes, it's on a ball hinge joint, and it can pivot left and right a little bit. And there's also toes articulation right there. So as far as articulation, this figure is really impressive. Let's see, what can he achieve? He could achieve a lot actually. So you can get him to do all sorts of dynamic poses. Yeah. So if you were to give him doing these Spider-Man poses, like shooting web, I guess let me switch out the hand. Alright, here's a nice pose of Spider-Man shooting his web. Look at that. Pretty dynamic. Because look at the abdominal section. Look at that. Really cool. Yeah, I like it. And here's a really nice landing pose. Look at that. Thing looks fantastic. Yeah, I really like this figure. The amount of poses you can give him, the range motion he has is really fantastic. All right, I think these are supposed to be the armpit wings, but they turn them into actual wings on the back side, so that's a little strange. I guess if you're looking at them from the front, yeah, I know it's too bright, but you could kind of see them like that through the armpit. It's like that. But when you're looking at him up here, it's more on his backside than anything. Alright, lastly, I'm just going to show you this. I just want to show you another pose. Here, he's grabbing onto his wrist right there. Really cool. I like the fact that his arms could bring so far in to himself. That's really good for a figure. You're going to have, if you like the exposed joints like that, you're okay with them, then you're gonna have a fantastic time with this one. This is a really poseable figure, and it looks great too. I mean, it looks like Spider-Man, and the 2.0 is definitely better than the 1.0. I think 1.0 is completely, well, it's not completely different, but a lot of the joints are done differently. I don't think they had the I don't think they have the butterfly joints for version 1.0, and then the legs are much better too. I think the way they did the legs are much better. So let me do a comparison with maybe a few other Spider-Mans, if I could find some. Alright, and here's a size comparison with two other Spider-Mans. The one on the left, of course, is SHF. The one on the far right is the Hasbro. And then the one in the middle is the Amazing Yamaguchi. And you can see the body structure is completely different than all the other versions. This is a muscular Spider-Man with dynamic poses, dynamic range for you. And yeah, so this figure, I wouldn't think anyone would have it on their shelf just standing like this. Most likely you're gonna give them some dynamic poses and set them on your shelf, and that's what I probably would do, and probably gonna mess with it quite a lot, because the range of motion is just so good that you can give him any type of poses. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this one, and I think it looks great too. To me, the joints doesn't bother me as much. I could understand that some people might find the shoulder joints a little bit put off because they are so exposed. The bicep ones are okay. They're pretty nicely hidden that way. The rest of them, I think they're pretty well hidden. So very good job with these joints there. But it's just the shoulders. If they could find a way to hide those shoulder ones better, I think it would make this figure perfect. But even right now, I think it's really good, and I'm happy to have this in my collection. And let me check how much it costs. And this figure was purchased off AmiAmi. I paid $60 US. With shipping, you roughly think about $20 for shipping from Japan to US. So that's 80 bucks. 80 bucks for this figure. I think is worth it, worth getting. You're gonna have a lot of fun posing this guy. So there you go. There's the amazing Yamaguchi Spiderman 2.0 version 2.0, and thanks for watching.